Hey Nathan, what do you think is the best off-roader, and I mean by far, that GM builds? Is it the Blazer?
No.
Is it the Silverado Trail Boss?
Nope.
Is it the GMC Sierra AT4?
No.
What is it?
It's right behind us. That is the 2019 Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 Bison.
Dude, that is so cool. I've been dying to drive this thing. So I say we take it up a snowy gold mine hill and just give it a shakeout drive to see how good off-road it is.
That sounds like a plan.
So when you're talking about great off-roaders, in GM truck hierarchy, it kind of starts out with the Colorado, and then above that is of course the ZR2 Colorado, and then if you really want to get fancy, you could put the baby Duramax under the hood, and that would give you a Colorado ZR2 with the Duramax. But if you really want to go off-roady, overlandy, you got to go with the ZR2 Bison. Nathan, tell them what this thing is and what makes it so special.
Think of the Bison as a heavily armored ZR2 because that's exactly what it is. And it starts all the way in the front with the steel bumper, which is, look at this, different components. Then you go underneath the vehicle, and using boron steel, they added skid plates. Not just one or two either. We're talking front skid plates, front diff skid plate, we're talking gas tank skid plate, of course rear diff skid plate. There are rock sliders on this vehicle. There is a tube bumper in the back that is unique to this vehicle. There's even wheels that are unique to this vehicle.
Nathan is absolutely correct, but all that armor is on top of what is by far the best Chevy off-roader, in fact the best GM off-roader you can buy. It starts with unique Multimatic shocks, which make it, well, unique in the industry. Nobody else uses them. Then you have, of course, a low-range transfer case, which isn't unique, but you get a rear locker and a front locker, just like a Jeep Wrangler. In fact, this is about as close to a Jeep Wrangler, or now the upcoming Gladiator, as you can get in a pickup. In fact, it might be even a little bit more off-road worthy than that, because right now there is not a baby diesel available in any mid-size truck except for this one. Yeah, there might be one coming in the Gladiator, but right now this is the only diesel you can get in a mid-size truck.
Speaking of diesels, this is the Duramax 2.8 liter, an engine we love. Why? Well, it puts out 181 horsepower, but 369 pound-feet of torque. Yeah, it's torquey. And because the fact that it is a diesel, really good range. It's hooked up to a 6-speed automatic transmission, and what's really cool is that it actually has a little tiny baby exhaust brake, which is adorable, and it also comes with a trailer brake controller.
So Nathan, we got to talk price, right?
Yeah.
Because these trucks are getting expensive. Now, a TRD Pro Tacoma with the air intake and all the goodies, that's about $50,000.
Yeah, you can get there.
Now we're at $54,000 in this, and if you go to a Gladiator, right, the launch edition was $60,000.
Yeah, that is really pricey for what is basically a mid-size truck.
Yeah, you know, I think if it were my money, I like all this off-roading, overlanding gear, but if it were my money, I would go with the Colorado with the diesel, and I'd probably forego the AEV Bison edition.
So you get the ZR2 package.
Exactly.
Without spending the $5,700 plus on this. Now, okay, I get that, and I would agree with you. I'd say the one thing is, for those people who are serious about off-roading and want all of that armor, it is a lot cheaper to go this route than it is to individually get the front bumper, the rear bumper, and all the armor aftermarket. So I can see both sides of that.
Yeah, I get that, but to me the magic in this truck lies in the Multimatic shocks, which are way cool, right?
Right.
And of course the diesel engine. I think those two things are unique, and I love that. There are some things I'm not all that in love with. I think this interior is starting to get dated, and frankly it's a little cheap. You know, you hear this? That's because we have a key. We actually have a key.
I know you can't stand that, can you?
Yeah, instead of a push button, that's, you know, at this point you should have a push button. 6-speed, you know, I'd like to see an 8-speed.
Right.
But these are niggles, right? They're not huge issues. The screen's kind of small.
It's not a deal killer, is what you're saying.
No, it's not a deal killer, but you know, for $54,000, I'd like to see just a little bit better trim. And of course, I think the thing that you want the most, which you can't get, is a manual transmission.
Yeah, it kills me. The only manual transmission available for Chevy Colorado is on their base model 4-cylinder rear drive only vehicle. And that obviously isn't this. Now granted, I mean, a manual transmission with a diesel, for some people that's awesome, considering how low you can go gearing wise. But in my case, I would be perfectly happy taking one of these vehicles with the regular V6, which has some pretty good power, and then having the manual transmission. Man, I would be in heaven.
So Nathan, Bison, what is the difference between a Bison and a Buffalo?
Oh, well, with the Buffalo in the future, Chevy's going to give you a V8. Or possibly, maybe the 4-cylinder turbo? Yeah, probably not.
Wait, what are you saying? Get the Buffalo, it's got the V8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or
not, because they haven't announced that.
all right, Nathan, so we've set the camera up by your head as a POV shot, so
Yep.
people can watch us go up. And in the snow, we never stop for stage 2 because we never get going.
No.
You want to get a little bit of run at it? Go back a little bit?
Yeah, maybe just a foot or two.
Yeah, get a little bit of a run at this thing.
Yeah, we need a little bit of momentum.
Yeah.
Now
Go
remember...
for it. Get a little more. You're going to need a little more.
You sure?
Yeah.
I think I'm okay, but okay.
All right, go for it.
Here we go, guys.
Here we go. All right. The front is open so we can make the turn. Rear is locked.
Rear is locked.
All right, here we go. With the beans, dude. Don't be afraid. Nice work. Strong work. Oh, yeah. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. We're making this turn, so we have to be tricky.
Yeah, especially because the rear end keeps kicking out.
Oh, stop! Hit that tree.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm not going to get going yet. Oh, you're not going. Good job. You're going to make it, dude.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Just want to avoid that rock.
Pretty impressive, dude. I am really impressed. I thought if we stopped, we would never get going.
That's what I thought too.
Nice, strong work, Nathan.
Whew.
Good work.
Man, it really comes down to tires. These tires aren't great. In snow, they're okay.
Yeah. Now, AEV, of course, stands for American Expedition Vehicles, and AEV is known for building overlanding rigs. And obviously, this is a perfect AEV vehicle because not only does it have all the overlanding goodies already underneath the skin, so the shocks, the diesel, but you also have these AEV wheels. Now, to my mind, these Goodyear Duratracs, which are 265, 65, 17-inch, 31-inch tires, are way too small, Nathan. Why does GM do that? I think this could easily do with a 33, and heck, I'd even go with a lift and a 35 to make it really badass. But this is an overlander, so I guess you're not exactly rock climbing, but you're covering large chunks of unpaved road.
Now the question is, for the final obstacle, do we lock the front? I say we do.
Yeah, we lock the front.
Okay, simple one button.
There you go. All right.
We are locked up and ready to go.
Yeah, this is as off-road worthy as it gets, right? We've got front locker locked, rear locker locked, 4 low, and I think that's as good as it gets. Now, sometimes, guys, keep in mind, locking the lockers in snow doesn't help.
No,
especially if
sometimes
you're trying to make a turn.
It can make it worse in the turn, especially. Yeah. And we could slide a little bit, so we're going to be really careful with this. And having the turbocharged engine also poses a little bit of a problem because the boost comes on sometimes a little weird.
And here we go.
Up and come on, baby.
And over.
Pussies.
Yeah, that wasn't.
They didn't care.
That didn't care. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
All right. Well, there you go. Once again,
Woo.
Nathan, the most off-road worthy, best off-roader GM builds, and made it look easy in the snow. That's not an easy thing to do.
And you know what? I got to be honest with you. Having a mid-sized truck, something that's smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done this thing before in the snow with big trucks, and it's a lot scarier.
The Raptor, especially.
God, yes.
Yeah, yes.
So yeah, there's something to be said about a mid-sized truck.
Nathan, no doubt the best off-roader that GM builds. I mean, it made it look easy, and that's because not only does it have all the tools, but it's a mid-sized truck.
That's right. By the way, off camera, they didn't see me bashing over a rock, but the armor underneath really came in handy.
You know, we've taken the Raptor up this, and we've had to winch it out because it's so wide, right?
Right.
You get nice and small and agile, and you just go places that big trucks can't. As always, this is Roman.
And Nathan.
Saying thanks for watching, and check out TFLtruck.com for more news, views,
and real-world reviews.
No doubt, the best off-roader GM builds. By far, by far.
By far.